My girlfriend chose my wealthy roommate over me because I shopped at thrift stores. She didn't know I'd already put a ring in her jewelry box worth more than his car. Sophia called me at 4:12 p.m. on a Friday, sobbing so hard I could barely understand her words. She'd found the ring, the 4-carat diamond I'd hidden in her vintage jewelry box 3 months ago, nestled beneath the Art Nouveau earrings she'd collected from Brooklyn flea markets and the delicate silver chains bought with coffee shop tips. The custom platinum setting held stones from my grandmother's private collection, each diamond selected by the same jeweler who'd created pieces for the Astors and Vanderbilts. The ring was worth $180,000, more than Blake's leased Lamborghini, more than most people earned in 4 years, more than the trust fund payments Blake received monthly from his family's construction empire. The appraisal certificate had fluttered from the jewelry box when it fell from her dresser, the impact triggering a hidden compartment I'd discovered during the restoration process. Blake had been standing beside her when she'd opened the velvet ring box with trembling fingers. His knowledge of luxury goods extended to designer labels and exotic cars, not fine jewelry or precious stones. He'd suggested it might be cubic zirconia, maybe a sweet gesture from her tech support ex-boyfriend who shopped at thrift stores. The certified appraisal from Cartier had silenced his dismissive laughter immediately, the number written in elegant script burning itself into both their consciousnesses. I'd purchased the ring 6 months ago, commissioning the setting from Henri Dubois, the same Parisian jeweler who'd created my grandmother's engagement ring in 1952. The stones came from Eleanor Blackwood's private collection, diamonds she'd acquired throughout 7 decades of passionate art patronage and cultural involvement. Each stone carried history, provenance, stories of artists supported, and institutions built through generations of family wealth. The jewelry box itself had been a birthday surprise, a 1920s Art Deco piece discovered at a Westchester estate sale. Sophia had fallen in love with its geometric silver inlays and tiny beveled mirror, never knowing it once belonged to silent film actress Vivian Cross, whose personal effects had been scattered across auction houses after her death. Sophia kept her most treasured accessories inside, vintage pieces that connected her to different artistic movements and historical periods, but she rarely opened the box anymore. Since Blake moved into our Tribeca loft 8 months ago, she'd been borrowing jewelry from his sister Charlotte instead. Cartier tennis bracelets and Tiffany pearl necklaces, photographed better for Instagram than her carefully curated vintage collection. Her bohemian aesthetic had evolved into borrowed luxury, authentic personal style replaced by designer accessories that impressed her new social circle. I'd needed a roommate to help justify the loft's astronomical rent without raising questions about my actual financial situation. Through mutual friends at Columbia, I'd connected with Blake Hamilton, whose trust fund provided monthly payments that exceeded most people's salaries. He'd arrived with Louis Vuitton luggage and Porsche keys, radiating the effortless wealth that impressed everyone except those who actually understood money. Blake had dropped out of business school after 1 semester, claiming entrepreneurial success required real-world experience rather than classroom theory. His current venture involved launching a cryptocurrency platform for art investment, though he'd never purchased a single piece and demonstrated zero understanding of blockchain technology, market dynamics, or art valuation principles. The apartment had been too large for one person, too expensive for most graduate students, but I'd wanted space for Sophia's art studio. She'd been working from her cramped Brooklyn apartment, barely enough room for easels and supplies, let alone the large canvases her artistic vision demanded. The Tribeca loft offered natural light, high ceilings, space for her to create without constraints, and that's when things took a turn I never expected. To see the full story, click the link below or go on my channel.